Are there any particular changes that you saw as it relates to the cloud implementations during the pandemic that was different than pre-pandemic?
So the pandemic really did accelerate some customer moves, largely because of the uncertainty it created. And I talked about sometimes cost is a primary driver. And if you are very uncertain of what's going to happen to your revenue over a period of time, costs become much more concerning. So really being able to kind of flex into the cloud to be able to manage particularly demand as it goes down. I mean, you could think about what happened to the airline industry, for example, where people just stopped flying. And a number of airlines turned to the cloud to be able to move some of their systems faster than they maybe otherwise would have, to be able to sort of deal with that surging down, if you will. But then the opposite is true. If you look at what happened to companies like Zoom and Peloton, where so many more people were all of a sudden on video conferencing calls, both in a professional and a personal setting. And I don't know about you, but we used Zoom between my entire family during the pandemic so that we could still see one another for holidays and the like. And we own a Peloton in my house. I also have a trainer for my road bike, but my wife and my kids do ride the Peloton. I know many people who got them during the pandemic. And the ability for some of these companies and the software that these companies deliver, Netflix is another great example. I think they saw, an extraordinary surge in usage, giving so many more people work home for long periods of time. The ability to be able to serve that in stride, because this infrastructure is running on the cloud, that could just scale up as the customer demand happened without having to lay all that up front, I think was remarkable. And then the other thing I'd point to is just from an enterprise perspective, just the shift to working from home and what that has meant for companies. So Innova is one of the largest licensed lenders in the US. They deployed our Amazon Workspaces solution, which is a virtual desktop running in the cloud, to their employees who were working remotely almost overnight. And rather than have to have them come into the office or figure out how to get into their computers that were in the office, they could just do so virtually. And then the California Energy Commission would be another example, using our Chime tool, which is a video conferencing tool, to provide their 700 employees with high quality audio and video conferencing capabilities. Again, very, very quickly, almost overnight. Is just, it's a remarkable change that happened very, very quickly, given the circumstances of the pandemic.